Hello, beautiful divine beings. Thank you for tuning in. This is Reãudan, and today I have asked for guidance for everyone that would find this video whenever you're finding it from your guides and your ancestors and all that is. And these are the decks that I have used to do this reading today. The Earth Warrior Oracles and the Divine Guidance cards and the Getting into the Vortex cards and the Magical Mermaid and Dolphin cards. And so we're going to begin. Like I said, I've already asked for all your guides and all your angels to be here with us now. And what I would like you to do, just so that you can take in the message of this reading and the messages, they're very powerful, and the energies that are coming through for you, for you to heal and to initiate and act upon these messages and this guidance. So if you would, just take a deep breath with me now. Breathing in deep, filling your lungs up with oxygen. And then breathing out, releasing all the oxygen from your lungs, releasing old energies. Breathing in, calling in your higher self and all your guides to be present with us now as we listen, observe, heal, and integrate this healing, because I am a Reiki master and I'm sending out the energy, and I was long before that just energetic healer, period. I've always had that ability gifted to me from an early age. And so just feel the energy that's vibrating out to you from your ancestors, from the divine, from all your guides, from all that is. Feel that energy flowing into your heart center. Go ahead and just put your hands to your heart and take a deep breath in and feel their love. Open up to the divine and feel the energy of the divine just filling you with love and light. With you always. Breathing in. Just letting that energy of love and light resonate throughout you, throughout your entire being. Good. And as you breathe out, just release anything that's been burdening you, any stress, any strain, any emotions, even, just sadness, all the negativity, all distress from your life, the distress that you've been in, the sadness, the emptiness, the longing, all the negative thinking that you do about you and the world situation. It is only temporary. It will pass. Rest assured, what you're going through right now is just something that needs to be brought to your awareness, that resides within us. What is happening out in the world around us is what all of us as humanity is going through. And we're needing this, whatever the shakeup is, the tower moment, whatever you want to call it, the quaking, it's the unsettledness of the energy that can no longer exist here. You cannot keep up with your life so busy as it has been. So the universe, whatever the reason, whatever you believe is happening, whatever, that's your thing. There's a truth in it, what it is about. And that is something within you. You know what this is about for you. And so you need to heal that. So whatever all this isolation has brought for you, that has brought up feelings, let's just feel those and acknowledge them. It's just time to heal and go forward. And that's what the ancestors are doing right now. The heavens, the divine, the angels, God, the universe, where it's vibrating and shaking up, and that which is no longer needed is falling. It's being exposed, and we're healing from it, and we're going to evolve an even better being, person, species, humanity. But we unfortunately, this is how we learn things in our human form, because they are lessons. We're on a earth plane school. So let's get to the very first message, and these are for the divine guidance card. And so we have here this very first card that wants to be read, the very first message, and it says astral realms. This card represents the astral realms, and you can just look there and you can see the energy just pouring off of this card. There we go. Look at that. It's just incredible. The energy that's here present with us, it's just, you can even see it down here around the rocks. It's that vibrational energy there that's being sent to you. As I said, I am a pure channel of love and light, and I channel the divine energy of healing love. And so the message that has come to you today is you have a strong connection with the astral realms. Usually we visit these realms while sleeping, and that is where we meet with our guides, teachers, and even other souls who have moved on from the earth plane. For you, however, this connection is now allowing you to connect while you are awake, even when meditating or working with your intuition. This is truly a gift, as the information you receive here can aid both you and others through life. Spirit is calling you to begin using your gifts in service to others in the way that feels right for you. What a beautiful message, and that's such a beautiful card. And then the next card, and that's a number 4. And so I'm not going to go into the numerology meanings of things, because I'm not prepared to do that. But you can do that. You can look at each of these messages and look them up in the angel numbers or numerology numbers. And then here is the next card. Again, just feel the energy of this beautiful card. And the message here, it's alignment. And it says, this is the beginning of a very powerful shift, both spiritually and energetically. This is a complete connection and alignment of your higher self and physical self. Sometimes this alignment can cause chaos and a confusion. What were we were just talking about, But there is no need to worry or feel alarmed with what is happening in your life right now. And as I said, in the world, everything is moving into perfect order as your spirit and physical selves align into perfect balance. Once complete, your daily life will be more in harmony with your spiritual path. And this is just, it's just so true. I was just talking about that in the very beginning of this video. So, there's no mistakes in these readings. They come through spirit. And, the same thing, it's talking about you and your gifts and alignment. And as you align, you become more a pure source of divine love and light, a pure channel. And as we awaken more, and become more aware of not only what's going on in the world around us, but just for ourselves in general, and pay attention to our own energy and our own vibrations at this time. And so then the next messages are going to come from the Magical Mermaid and Dolphin cards. And here we have these beautiful cards. And I don't read cards generally negative. I just, whenever something is upside down, it's because it wants you to become aware. And what is this one saying? Pay attention, you know? And then the next one that was upside down is you're being helped. So it's like it wants to bring really strongly to your attention. It's telling you this because you're not paying attention, or you're doing something contrary to what you should be doing in order to bring these into manifestation, you know, these messages into your life, into your awareness, and what you need to know. So we will begin by reading the first card. And the very first card that was pulled was music for manifestation. And it says, to manifest rapidly, think of your desires while you chant, hum, sing, or play music. And I do this all the time. I love to chant, you know, whatever vibrates with you, sing, you know, or even just playing the music. That's channeling. And then you're putting your intentions out into the world through music and chanting. And you know, many musicians, you know, that we all relate to or vibrate with, because their music is just so full of healing. You know, it brings back memories, and you know, kind of helps us. I don't know, to me, it you know, sometimes I get messages from music from people, certain people in my life, especially my divine masculine, you know. Anyways, that's another story. But the message says, music is a powerful ally on your spiritual path, as it serves to boost your manifestation powers. Music is part of the invisible realm. It is a higher frequency than that of the physical plane. It wraps us in a protective shield to guard us from negative energies. It also lifts our emotions and thoughts to joyful levels. By drawing this card, you are urged to play any type of music that suits your mood as often as possible. Move your body, and this is so important because I've been getting this a lot, and I've been doing this a lot, and I'm 60. You know, when I was 18, 19, 20, I was always dancing to the music. I mean, even past that age, but you know what I'm saying, like in your room, around the house. And it says, move your body to the music and breathe in deeply as you listen to it, drawing in the energy of each note, because the notes are a vibrational frequency, and so they're going to resonate. And so especially those that are uplifting to you and make you feel happy and positive. And yes, the ones that make you feel sad are good for that, but for releasing it. So let's just, you know, so take note and just, you know, feel the energy of that's uplifting and positive to you, and draw that energy into you. Each and every note says, use music as a manifestation tool. First, sit quietly and think of your desire. Got that? Sit, quiet your mind, still, center, go deep within. And then any of you who don't know how to do that, you can always look at my videos previously, ones that are about that. I do a lot of that type of work with people, and so I've got several videos on how to do that and ground. So anyways, imagine that your dream has already come true. You've heard think as if it is happening. Imagine that your dream has already come true, and feel that reality in your stomach as warmth, peace, excitement, and security. Feel gratitude in your heart As you enjoy these feelings, begin to chant, hum, or sing. This self-made music sends your manifestation to the ethers, to the other realms, to the etheric spiritual world, out into the universe, where it is coagulated, conjugated, and then coagulated into tangible reality. So, just also I do have, and you have to scroll down a ways in my other videos, but there is a chant that I love. It's Indian Sufi, from those, anyways, realms and energies. So then the next one is waves of prosperity. That's the next message that is wanting to come to you. New abundance and exciting opportunities wash over you now. So, just embrace that, don't fear it. Don't doubt it. Just know. Whoops, sorry. Just know that energy is here for you. This is the message. It's around you. Make no doubt about that. It's when we start doubting that, we dilute the energies. So anyways, prosperity, new waves of abundance are sweeping over you right now. Observe any ideas that enter your mind at this time, as they may be seeds of a profitable new venture. Also notice any out of the blue phone calls or chance meetings with people who could help you. This card also means that you're on a success streak too. You're on the street to success. So you are on a success streak. This is an excellent time to begin new ventures. Of course, follow your inner guidance and do appropriate research. You'll see that doors open easily for you and that you're filled with extra confidence and enthusiasm. Practice being a grateful recipient of good. Know that there's an ocean of abundance with no danger of drying up. So it's just saying, just know, abundance is abundance. It's always there. The divine, the universe does not want to limit us in any way, form, or fashion, period. We as human beings bring those limitations upon ourselves through our negative thinking, our self-doubting, our negative talk, people telling us we can't, when indeed we can, because it's saying, no, that there's an ocean of abundance with no danger of it ever drying up. So, it's like the ocean back there. It's just abundance. And then the next card that we have, and that was, like I said, it's upside down because it wants you to really pay attention to this. It says, you are being helped. Heaven is working behind the scenes to help you, even if you don't see results. It's, and this brings me back to, what I have to remind myself of all the time. And I know this, because I've been awakened for a very long time. But even people, I'm 60. In 82, I awoken, and I started to learn and trust and bring in the truth and wisdom. And I know truth from non-truth. My discernment is very good. I've cleaned up a lot of my energy. Yes, I still have energy to clean up because we're human beings in a human body. And until I, ascend and transcend into another plane of existence, I will be in a human form. And that's what this is about, school and learning. And it's because I'm here, I woke back then to really help others vibrate up into the highest vibration that they're capable right here and right now. So make no mistakes. You are here for a reason because you are being helped. And these messages are for you, and they are here to benefit you. So you need to just hear them, and drink them in, breathe them in, let them integrate into you, because it goes on to say, your manifestation is being worked on right now. Like I said, even if you can't see tangible proof, because your guides, your angels, the ascended masters, all your ancestors, all those that work with you on the spiritual realm are helping you to bring in the manifestations and to help get you the right messages, to get you the right people and the right timing, because everything is in divine timing. It is as it should be. Whatever you're going through right now, rest assured you're on the right path, because this is where you are. And God, a friend of mine always says this, God brings everything to you at the right time. She says it differently, and I think it was cute, but anyways, and it's the perfect time, and it's when you're needed, and it's not on your timeline, it's on the divine's timeline. And it says, as an analogy, as an I'm tongue-tied, as an analogy, when sailors get close to land, they often see signs of life, such as birds flying or branches floating in the ocean. So it's telling you to pay attention to the signs. By drawing this card, you're urged to know signs that land, which is, they're saying here, your manifestation is near. Even if you can't yet see evidence that your manifestation is in process, this card assures you that your prayers have been heard and they have been answered. Stay centered in faith. And here's so important, gratitude, in order to open the door to your desires. So so like I said, it was upside down. So they really, really want you to know this. They really are drawing your attention to it because you're not really aware of it, or you haven't been trusting and believing this to be so. So they're telling, hey, hello, it's true, Anyways, so the next thing is pay attention. Notice repetitious signs and your inner guidance, as this can yield valuable information. So again, what did I tell you when they're upside down? Pay attention. And this card is just screaming at you today. This reading is screaming at you today to pay attention by noticing repetitions of signs. It's like, to me, when things come to me 3 times, if I didn't get it the first time or the second time, the third time, I'm like, oh yeah, that's truth. That is, I need to hear this, And so, anyways, that's just me. Heaven is giving you important messages, and by drawing this card, you're asked to pay extra attention to them. Notice conversations you've overheard, comments made to you by others, an inner feeling and thoughts, even in songs and animals, birds, Look for common threads among these signs as their forms as as they are forms of guidance to help you manifest your divine purpose and your desires. And that's important. They're a common thread. Look at the common thread of all the signs coming to you. It says, it's not your imagination that heaven is sending you signs and divine guidance anytime you hear or feel something 3 or more times. I have not ever read this card before, so that's funny. I just told you that. Especially within a short period of time. It's information worthy of your attention. These signs also give you feedback about your current belief systems, since your thoughts attract mirroring. So, like looking in the mirror, you see yourself. So, it's the same here. The signs also give you feedback about your current belief systems, since your thoughts attract mirroring experiences. You got that? Because, it's saying you're going to manifest what your inner belief systems and your inner thoughts are in your environment, out in the world around you. And in people, people who are triggering off your buttons, it's because they're mirroring something with that. I'm not saying you're like that, but there's a part of you that still needs healing and is still holding on to that aspect. It might not be big, but it's still there, and for me, I'll tell you, one of my things was selfishness. I don't like people who are selfish. And it would trigger me when I would, come across someone who's selfish, or somebody that I know is being selfish. And it would just trigger me about them being selfish. And, I had to realize that there's a little, and I'm not a selfish person. I'm very giving. I give of my healing, my love, I'm there to help my friends without any, I don't ask anything in return other than I know that these people will pay it forward. And that's what I do when I gift healing, because it's like, we all need that in our lives. But, so you just need to, like I said, pay attention to, in me, there's a selfish aspect of me. I don't like people copying me, because when I was younger, my mother would dress me and my sister just alike. And that would just irritate me, because I'm me, I'm unique. I didn't want her being like me. And there are certain things that I, even now, it's like, no, that's mine. And that's, a little bit of selfishness, that's for me. And I don't want to share that. and so, that's, and so I had to really look every time that comes up and let go of it and drop it, because, in the end, we're all about being one and giving and being helpful and compassionate and loving and kind and generous. If you're going to be selfish, then, so is the universe. So, but do the work for yourself. Look at what's mirroring. So it says, it's not your imagination that heaven is sending you signs and divine guidance anytime you hear or feel something 3 or more times, especially within a short period of time. It's information worthy of your intention. These signs also give you feedback. This is what I'm talking about your current belief systems, since your thoughts attract mirroring experiences within your life, around your life, and in the world. Use these signs to heal beliefs that dishonor you and swim in the direction that your guidance is pointing you. And this is, what all of our healing experiences is getting back to that which honors us, that which honors the divine being that you are, that person you are in your heart, in your soul, in your gut, your authentic self, the truth of who you are. So pay attention. And, especially in this time when we're in close confinement with, people, or that we're not, some of us aren't, I happen to be in close confinement with my mother and my brother's children. He passed in May, and they're so we're here, but we're all learning, and we're having to heal, and we're having to get past issues and work on just coexisting and getting used to each other, because they came to live with me in November. And they had been living with me anyways, but when their dad passed, they couldn't live in the house because he passed here, bless his heart. And he's in spirit, sending me message all the time. Oh my God, you guys, this is how it works. My niece, his other daughter that does not live with me, she works for a delivery service. And as a tip, she gets, tips. And so she was counting it out. And the night before last, she texted me a dollar bill, and it said, "I love you, Gloria," and it said -Rick. My mother's name is Gloria, so is my sister, and my brother's name is Rick. But he was giving my niece a message, and she said, "Oh my God, Aunt Roberta," and she showed me a stack of her tip money, and it's, all one, so it's quite a stack. And she goes, "What are the odds? What are the chances?" And she goes, and I even looked back to see if in my order somebody's name was Gloria or Rick, and there wasn't. So she goes, "What?" And I said, "This is a message from your dad." And she goes, "I know, I felt that. And he wants you to tell Grandma, Gloria, and all of us that he loves us." So that's how these messages come across. True story. And, it touches us when we feel that, and you feel it deep within you. You might not be conscious of it, but you know it and you feel it. It's just like these readings. It's either resonating with you or not. And if it's not, that's okay, because you might not be ready to hear these messages, but it doesn't mean it's not for you. And that, my dear friends, is truth, because even myself, there's messages that I don't get. That's why I say when it hits me 3 times and like there's no mistakes, this was telling you, and I had never read that card before, 3 times. So affirmation, truth, truth. That's when you know truth is. So the next card that wanted to speak to us is the number 11 card, Ayana Vision. And you see this beautiful card, and these are from the Earth Warrior Oracle cards. And I love all my cards, but these just resonate with me, on a whole nother level when I first got them. And, I feel that they're just, anyways, I love these cards. This author, Alana Fairchild, I really like her. She's got the Rumi Oracles and the Earth Warrior Oracle guidebooks, and she's got several others, and just something about her style, her messages, anyways. Maybe it's because I'm an ancient Earth Warrior. I know I am. I've had many lifetimes in Native American incarnations, and in very ancient cultures, back in the Celtic times. My heritage, my bloodlines also reflect that. But and in other ancient cultures. Anyways, so this card represents the way of the divine feminine revealed. And it says, the divine feminine yearns to reveal her way and her wisdom to you, that you may live passionately and purposefully. As you trust her inner guiding voice, you recognize the authentic, here we go again with those words, listen, they ring true, authentic desires and visions that move you from within, that are the seeds of your sacred mission. you shall experience the clarity and soul deep relief that only truth can bring. I'm going to read that again. It's just so worth hearing. As you trust her inner guiding voice, talking about the divine aspect within you, we all have that. Even if you're a male, you have the divine feminine aspect, as I have a divine masculine aspect. It's the balance within us. So it's saying trust the inner guiding voice. You recognize the authentic desires and visions that move from within you, that are the seeds of your sacred mission. You shall experience the clarity and soul deep relief that only truth can bring. You shall experience a knowing of purpose that awakens your ability to live deliberately and experience deep fulfillment. When Ayana vision is the blossoming awareness of your life purpose and true inner passions. When she comes to you in a reading, you are being lovingly pushed to admit to your authentic and most passionate soul's yearning, becoming bold with honesty. What that means is what means so much to you that you're willing to give up all that you have held on to out of fear so that it may be. So release the fear, people. Oh my gosh, we all have to do it. We all have things that we fear, and especially when we're looking at something new because it's unknown, but release it. The divine has you, and whatever you need to go through, you got to go through it to get there. So release the fear and be brave. So it says, what matters enough to you that you would symbolically die and be reborn with all the endings and uncertainty such growth entails, so that your dreams can become real. Don't turn away from your yearning out of fear, particularly, or any other excuse to replace faith with doubt. No doubting, people. Quit self-doubting, second-guessing. Trust. Your truth acknowledged will bring you peace, even if admitting it also means facing the personal transformation required to bring that truth to life in your world. When it is truth, it is healing. Embrace it. You are due for a revelation, an awakening, and to deeper recognition and understanding of your true spiritual passion and sacred life purpose, and all that is entailed in manifesting it and loving, co-creating with the universe. The situations, behaviors, and relationships that were appropriate and acceptable at earlier stages of your life journey will not necessarily continue to be so as your spiritual path progresses. Notice the effect of people, places, and situations on your state of mind. Such effects could be uplifting and helpful. However, even if intentions are good, the effect may be diminishing, compromising your ability to hold connection to the light. You will know when that is happening because your inspiration, your idealism, and your hope, all of which give you vital energy to work towards fulfillment of your most cherished dreams, slowly become tainted by these lower frequencies and beliefs. Instead of trusting, you then become fearful and impatient.
instead of being true to your original vision. This is so important, people. You believe that you must change yourself to suit the world. Instead of feeling happiness and confident in your ability to complete your task, you feel overwhelmed, inadequate, and insecure. Oh my Lord. My goodness. My gosh. My God. Oh my. Oh my. This is so true. I mean, I'm right there, when I've had to read, like I said, my nieces and nephew came back to live with me. And I'm like, before it was like my brother, I could leave. My dream is to create retreats, which is and will be. But at that particular moment, I was like, how am I going to do this? Because I want to make them, retreats, in Europe and the Caribbean and all these really special places and beautiful places to retreat, to reconnect, and be in your divine feminine aspects, male and females, But, that's my dream, and that's what I know I'm moving towards. But at the time, they came back, I was like, oh, how, okay, God, you want me to do this? How am I going to do it? But I've had to ground and come back, because those were my fears, my doubts, my lack of confidence that I can do it all. And I had to ground and go, ooh, okay, whoa. Here's a big lesson for me, here we go, And the divine, the universe is not going to give you more than what you can handle. It's going to give you right up to the brink. But, anyways, so here we go. This is the remainder of this wisdom. From a place of wisdom rather than fearfulness, take care of what sort of energy you allow to have direct and unfettered access to your inner being. And that's how, I said you got to stop and ground and go to your inner self. Such a position of potential influence over your state of mind is best reserved for the Divine Mother. You will know when a message or impression is coming from a pure place because of what happens in your being in response to it. You will feel happy, at peace, willing, and capable, even in the face of challenge. You will have a sense that all things are working as are meant to be, as they shall be, as they will be, as they are meant to. And although you will be more relaxed, you will also be more focused, productive, and inspired. So know when you're more focused, you're more productive, and you are inspired, you are in that flow. And trust it. Genuine divine guidance does not create anxiety, nor does it paint something to be well when it is in need of repair. Yet, no matter the content of the message, you will feel relief in the face of such loving and helpful truth. And that's the thing, truth. It always feels right. It feels good. Even if it's kind of like, oh my gosh, a little scary, it still is comforting. Okay? And I always tell people, it's going to come from your gut and your heart, from your soul, not your head. That's your mind chattering. That's your ego telling you this and telling you that. The mind is where we gather all kinds of information. It's analyzing, it's going over, it's computing it, it's going to file it. It's not the place for you to make your decisions from. It might help you get to that place. Sure. Go in and go, is this right? And feel it. Okay? My words of wisdom, truth. Anyways, it says, if someone or something has stolen away your peace of mind and certainty of heart, use the healing process below and your own intentions to claim it back. And I do retrieval. I can help you do that. Just reach out to me, and you can, obtain a session, a healing session with me to do that. Anyways, there is a vision unfolding within your being, an urging of the sacred feminine, something which deep within your bones you recognize as being truth. It may still be blossoming into fullness, but if you tune into yourself, you can feel the essence of its beauty and grace. It is not wishful thinking or fantasy. Be clear on that, because make no doubt, it is not wishful thinking or fantasy. Do not give up on your beautiful vision, plural. So now, if you would take a moment, and if you don't have a moment, just pause this and come back to it, okay? The healing process. It says, place your attentions on the image of the oracle card, seeing the peaceful love in the eyes of the goddess as she gazes gently into the depths of you. Her gaze can invoke certain feelings in you of being deeply loved and nurtured, of being seen at an honest and deep level with absolute acceptance. Whisper kind and loving words to yourself, as if the image were speaking to you. What is she saying to you? You may like to repeat the words below several times over to yourself in a soothing voice. You can also create your own words of love if you wish. So here with me now, if you would do this, we're going to repeat these words. And then you can do your own at a later point if you wish. I love you. I am here for you. All is well. I trust you unconditionally. My faith in you never wavers. I will always care for you. I am always by your side and in your heart. Together we shall ensure your desire, your divine fulfillment for the greatest good of all life. And add anything else you feel she is saying to you, the divine feminine who is within you, who is you, that aspect of you. Good. Then say this prayer out loud, and I will repeat it slowly so you can say it with me. I invite the unconditional love of the Sacred Mother to heal my mind, body, and soul. I open to your true guidance, to the vision of beauty that you hold for me this lifetime, and all the resources that you give so generously that I may fulfill my being, and my destiny. May your truth calm my mind and bring divine knowledge to my heart. I trust in the truth of what your perfect will holds in store for me. I need no fear. I embrace your loving presence within my heart. And just assume now a relaxing, comfortable position, perhaps taking a seated position or lying down, wrapped up in a blanket or a shawl, or hugging yourself, or just nestling next to your pet, or even stretching out delightedly on your back like a starfish. Rest for as long as you feel it is right for you have completed this healing process with the Divine Feminine. The Divine Feminine, my dear friends, is Mother Earth. She is our mother. She's the Divine Mother. She embodies what we embody, what the Earth is. She's our mother. The feminine aspect of the universe is our planet. She is symbolic of the woman, the womb. She gives birth to us and all the plants and all the animals, just as God, the divine, is the divine Father, the embodiment, God, Gaia, Mother Earth, she's goddess. We're, the feminine women that walk on this planet, we are goddesses because we are a child of God and the child of the goddess, Mother Earth. Just as the male is the embodiment of the masculine aspect of God walking on this earth. So, just beautiful. You can see why I really love these messages from these cards. They're, and just being a healer, this is how I operate with healing energy, and I love that these cards incorporate healing. So the next card that wanted to speak to you today is this beautiful card here. And you see, this is the butterfly. That represents transformation. You see, there's the third eye. Look at this energy, the Madonna energy there of her. So this all these cards are very symbolic, but just really look at these. These are just beautiful. Again, we have the butterfly. Look at those two. And you see within that butterfly, there's two eyes there, and look at the colors. These are colors of all the spectrums, the rainbow. Look at her third eye there between the eyes, and the star above in the heavens, that's the divine speaking to us. So let's see, this says medicine of the butterfly Kachina, and it's Palaki Mana. So this is a very Hawaiian energy here. And let's see what this has to say to us, because each of these, and you'll notice the card number on the other one was 11, very sacred, door opening, so, and then, so here we go with this one, and it says, medicine of butterfly Kachina. On wings of hope, butterfly Kachina guides you through an ending to the light of new life within. It is your transition into a happier time of increased pleasure and delight, especially if you have experienced great struggles or loss. I know I have lately. The spirit medicine of butterfly brings hopeful promise to your heart. Here is your sign that there will be happiness, peace, and light Trust in the goodness being birthed. You know, and who of us haven't had this, you know, loss in this time? You know, the world has been there. And so it says, an apparently lost cause or shattered dream was a necessary part of your transformational journey. So it's saying anything lost is part of your journey to help you transform, okay? What was sacrificed can be reborn into something even more beautiful. You are not meant to turn to the past as it cannot support you in the way it once did. Trust that you have the inner resources to handle what is happening within you and in your life. You are moving towards a significant psychological, emotional, and perhaps also physical breakthrough and transformation. You may have an inner sense of discomfort, signaling that something new is unfolding within. You know, you might be feeling anxious and unsettled and nervous, sad, you know. It is natural to initially feel a little awkward or uncertain in the face of the unfamiliar. We talked about that before in this reading. This is a good sign of change stirring from within. Allow nature to take its course. Trust in what is happening, even while you don't fully understand it. It will turn out beautifully in the end, which will also happen to a new beginning. It will turn out okay in the end, and a new beginning is at hand. There are moments when even those of us with great courage feel tested beyond our faith. Trust me, I've transcended, been through lots of things in my life. So, doubt, darkness, and despair can creep into our minds and lash our hearts with fear. Perhaps there seems to be good reason for our pain, the loss of a loved one, a cherished hope dashed, disturbing human behavior. Wow, all of that fits my little check-off list. You know, the state of the environment or some other unexpected and painful shock. There may be no particular reason for it, and yet there may be. And yet we are somehow gripped by feeling of anxiety or despair that we cannot resolve no matter how hard we try. And you know, in the time we are here in the United States of America, we're all in this peril. You know, a feeling that this might not get resolved, but it will. Have faith, my friends. And it will happen as it should be. So if you are one with, you know, a particular mind thought of conspiracy and all this other stuff, and or whatever it is that you think about whoever and however, just know it's being played out as it should be. And the truth will prevail, the light, the good. It is for the good of all. And it will resolve and turn out as it should be for the healing. So, the healing soul medicine of the butterfly kachina comes to you now to alleviate your suffering, to remind you that everything you have gone through and are going through has been part of what has made you strong, compassionate, and wise. And if you're not feeling that way, rest assured you will. This is to help you become and feel that way. When all seems lost, perhaps especially then, our soul needs the gift of seeing the light, love, and wisdom of Great Spirit at work behind all things, at all time, always reaching out to us and always offering love. The soul needs faith and hope, like the body needs air to breathe. Faith keeps the soul alive and well. You do not have to regret anything that has happened. You do not have to judge yourself or any other, or wish that things had been different. You have not missed out. You have not messed up. You have been learning and growing. What is required from you now is a willingness to let it fall away, because the person you once were actually no longer exists. You may not fully realize it yet. Like the butterfly trying to crawl out of the ground, like a caterpillar, you may mourn the loss of your old caterpillar ways. Yet, if you take a moment to witness yourself anew now, you'll realize you are not the person from 2 years or 10 years ago, or maybe even a year ago, and even more importantly, just a moment ago. You can then open to the gifts that Butterfly Kachina is bringing to you now. Well-being, new life, vibrancy, freedom, and happiness. If you have been working hard on an issue, on yourself, or on a cause in the world, and it seems to be going nowhere, Butterfly Kachina reminds you that in the divine alchemy of transformation, things sometimes appear to be going backwards as they move forward. It is the way of things. After summer, there is autumn and then winter, all of which indicate progress towards the next spring. If you don't understand the creative purpose and regenerative nature of the seasons, you might be frightened by the winter, concerned that it signifies the world was ending. With knowledge of the sacred feminine wisdom of the season, you are not afraid of winter. You see it as an essential part of life, because it is. You may even learn to nurture and restore yourself during that time, gaining conscious benefits and appreciation for it. If you feel you are in a spiritual or emotional winter in your life, have hope. The soul unfolds according to seasons, just as nature does. Let your heart and mind rest in the trust that life is growing your soul into its beautiful fulfillment. So you're growing into the beautiful you, the beautiful being that you are meant to be, and you really and truly are. I'm going to have to pause for a minute and turn on the light. It's turning dark on me outside. I have my light, my window open behind me, or the blinds, so let me turn on my light. All right, so it is a little brighter in here, as you can see. All right, if you're ready for the healing process, let's begin that. So just begin by being, relaxed, and we're going to center and breathe. And it says, butterfly takes us out of seriousness and into childlike joy. Is there something that you used to love to do as a child? Is there some activity that makes you feel healthfully childlike? Perhaps laughing at funny animal videos, or going for a walk in nature, coloring, or pulling a hula hoop out of the back of the wardrobe, or your closet, or your shed, wherever, or playing drums on the pots and pans, singing and dancing in your room, taking some time to be with your inner child self and be engaged completely in the present moment. Who of us does not need some joy and childlike pleasures in our life? Giggling and laughing and playing. Take some time out. Promise yourself right now you're going to do that. Because that's what you're being guided to do. Make that promise to yourself. Commit to that. Okay, it says, when you are ready, say this prayer out loud. So I will repeat it slow enough for you to repeat with me. Are you ready? I give thanks for the sacred soul medicine of the butterfly kachina, to the ever-renewing power of life. I honor all that I have been through, for it has brought me to this moment. Now, I am strong, wise, compassionate, and empowered. I accept life, and I am ready for the rebirth that is happening now in my own soul and in the world. May divine love support successful transition for our world. May all beings move into love, freedom, peace, and happiness. I embrace this moment. So be it. And so it is. And so the next card we have here is this beautiful card here. And it's Lena. What must be shall be. What was just being told to us? There's no mistakes in these cards. They are shuffled, reshuffled. I listen to when Spirit says this one, draw now. How many, I follow, I hear, and I listen. And when you do that, you cannot help but be in the right path, doing the right thing. So, this beautiful card says, you have beautiful dreams and inspired, bold ambitions. You are guided to believe that they are a natural expression of your soul, something that is meant to be. Life will support you in the expression of those dreams and ambitions, even in the moments where it seems to be struggle rather than support that you are experiencing. The process for transformation into full maturity involves learning how to grow through light and through darkness. Back to the light again. So I'm going to just, expand upon that. It's like, if there wasn't dark, how would you know it was light? If there wasn't black, how would you know what white was, So that's, a good analogy of it, If there wasn't vinegar, how would you know what sugar was? All right. Okay. Me and my silliness. Okay. So it says, have faith in yourself and what must be. Dedicate yourself to what you love without hesitation. Oh my gosh. Wiser words cannot be spoken. Dedicate yourself to what you love without without hesitation. It says, if you are experiencing loss or change, have faith. Something happens that seems to be working against you. I'm sorry. Let me redo that. If you are experiencing loss or change, have faith. Sometimes things happen that seem to be working against you. It is only later that they show themselves to have been valuable ways by which we acquire the greater faith, courage, and determination that were necessary to fulfillment of our purpose. Know that your destiny is unfolding and you are moving through circumstances that are ultimately going to help you become your soul in fullness and splendor. Keep going. Everything happening in your life is helping you to fulfill your divine potential. Know that darkness will give way to the light. And that is what we are seeing, my friends, in this world right now at this moment. It says, just as life and death are natural, so too is growth. It is natural for the caterpillar to become the butterfly. So we just had the caterpillar and the butterfly. You know, no mistakes in the universe, you guys. It is extraordinary to the point of being almost unbelievable. If we were to really think about it, but natural nonetheless. It is natural for the bones of the sacred cow to return to the earth to give her minerals, which in turn support new life. That's what the card before this was talking about, the cycle of life, winter, spring, summer, fall, life and death, and, So it is meant to be that with human life there is loss that becomes part of what allows for something new to be vitalized. You are here to grow into all that you are. You are here to bring certain dreams to life in this world. They are meant to be healing dreams for a new world, because that is your nature, your innate soul way. Just think the seemingly impossible journey of the butterfly with sacred endings that support new beginnings. You too are moving through the cycle of life. Sometimes this can be confronting. To give up old ways or old identities can seem frightening to the mind, yet it is inspiring and exciting for the soul that yearns to blossom into fullness and cannot thrive when it is held back in fear. You may forget this momentarily and turn back from where you were headed out of confusion or concern. Doubt, It may seem as though you are being asked to give up too much to secure your goals, or you may wonder if it is foolish imagination rather than genuine soul purpose that is driving you forward. If you are a visionary with ideas that are not yet widely understood by others in the world, how many of you know and can relate to this? So from there it says, let me read that. If you are a visionary with ideas that are not yet widely understood, but will help push humanity towards the new world, you may struggle more than most. In this case, you are asked to take leaps of faith and endure the ending inherent in evolution whilst waiting for the sign of new life. So it's saying we need to endure what is going on right now and wait for the new signs of new life. You will have this ask of you because it is necessary. So let's read that again. If you are a visionary with ideas that are not yet widely understood, but will help push humanity towards the new world, you may struggle more than most. In this case, you are asked to take leaps of faith and endure the endings, inherit an evolution whilst waiting for the signs of new life. You will have this asked of you because it is necessary for the process of creation, and most importantly, for you to have enough faith in your soul to handle it, to have faith in your own purpose when it may sometimes feel like you are fighting a losing battle. It takes a lot of heart. Great Spirit knows what you are up to and wants to remind you that you are not being foolish. You are following your destiny. Great Spirit wants you to accept that it can help you. What have the cards been telling you? That what you are pursuing is meant to be. And as you keep to your course, success will come. Allow the inner force that compels you forward to have its way. That's so important, my friends, my sisters, my brothers. Allow the inner force that compels you forward to have its way. Do not fear the sometimes radical changes that take place as you evolve into your destiny. Any losses or endings along the way are essential for your fulfillment. Let your trust in life's goodwill and generous support of you be unconditional. So don't place conditions and rules and pictures on what it's supposed to be. That's what it's saying. Allow it to be unconditional. So let's read that again. Let your trust in life's goodwill and generous support of you be unconditional. Know you shall thrive. And why is this? Because in the other cards, it tells us, it talks about things we have to go through in order to get to the next step, you know? Okay, so if you're ready for this healing process, let's begin. Just take a deep breath. Center and ground now, and say this prayer out loud with me. I call upon the wild grace of the sacred feminine and give gratitude for your wise and loving assistance in my life. And to all those ancestors, all my helpers, all my guides, all my angels, all the ascended masters, and all that is, I accept your blessings to fulfill myself. I trust that you will show me the signs and impress upon me the guidance that I need so as to feel reassured, focused, and committed. Help me and all beings fulfill the plan of Great Spirit intends for us and has placed in our hearts. Only the goodness of your wisdom prevails, and every darkness leads me into greater light. So be it. Wow, that's beautiful. And then it says, if you can, and when you can, spend a little time reflecting in nature. It can help you remember the cycle of life and have faith that the earth knows how to support life with brilliance and care. because we are magnificent beings. Our bodies are magnificent. They're capable of so much, and so is the earth. So, it says, finish with this short prayer to your own soul. So let's do that now. My dear soul, you know what you are doing and how to grow in harmony with divine genius and sacred purpose, even when my conscious mind does not understand. You know when I do not know. So I choose to trust you, and this brings me peace and comfort now. I trust you. So now place your hands in prayer at your heart and bow your head and allow yourself to sense, feel, and or intend to recognize the unlimited expressions of love from Great Spirit for you. It emanates all around you, towards you in all directions, and shines from within you outward in all directions. So much love, support, and light is bringing comfort and reassurance to you now. Wow, just be there in that love, in that support now. So this next card is Pacha Karmaka, nourishment of the soul. You are the gifts of fertility, creativity, and earthly abundance. I'm sorry. Yes, we are all of that, but this is what it says. Sometimes when you misread things, it's for a reason, because we are those gifts. We are fertility, and we are creativity and earthly abundance. But it says, you are granted the gifts of fertility, creativity, and earthly abundance to support all needs for nourishing body, mind, and soul, and to live your life fully and be capable of manifesting your divine purpose. Give yourself permission to be nourished. This includes your body and also providing your heart, your mind, your soul, and what they are hungry for, meaning sweetness and meaning and divine love and permission to be authentic. When you feed yourself that which truly nourishes you wisely and generously, you shall become one who can also feed the world that for which is truly hungry. Four. It says, explore the experiment with nutritional wisdom which suits your body at this time. Understand it may change over time, remembering that caring for the needs of your body is important and spiritually mature than trying to force your body to meet the expectation of a belief system outside of yourself. So it's saying whatever your body is wanting, do that. Don't starve yourself of what you need on any level of your being, including peace, solitude, love, time spent in spiritual communion, artistic expression, and nutrition. Answers are coming for your questions about all forms of nourishment, including nutrition. So do not give up when you are so close to finding your way. If you have been struggling with your needs being met on some level, a blessing is given to help you into more nourishing and abundant situations. It says so many human beings around the world suffer from undernourishment on physical, emotional, and psychological levels. Being fed more of what you do not need cannot satisfy your hunger. Trust me, I've been on enough diets to know that. The cells and the soul cries out for what it will truly, for that which will truly stave off starvation. The quest for the profound, visualizing, and satisfying experience of genuine spiritual presence is part of this. Pachakarma is known as the father of the world in the Peruvian Ichma ICHMA culture, which preceded the Inca tradition. He is the provider of the gift of agriculture. Part of this mystic story is that in creating the first man and woman, he forgot to create food for them also. When the man died, the woman cursed Pacha Karma, accusing him of neglect. In response, the god made her fertile. At a symbolic level, this story tells of the need of sacred rage towards neglect and the creativity, resourcefulness that we can generate only when we get angry enough to demand healing change. And gosh, how true is that? You know, we have to get to a point where we say, no more, I'm fed up. And that's kind of what we're at in our lives, all of us. Food is a matter of spiritual importance. Without proper nourishment, which heals the body, illuminates and informs the mind, and fortifies the soul, we undermine a healthy relationship between the spirit, the mind, and the body. If the body is out of balance and the mind filled with fear, then the attempt of spirit to move your life in the correct direction will be met with resistance, fear, and defiance. Denying the needs of the body out of a misplaced sense of spiritual consciousness is not going to further your spiritual cause on this planet. And, I'm sorry to say that I've been in the spirituals communities, so-called evolved, awakened, people, and so many of them aren't. And, they're like, oh, I have to be vegan, I have to be vegetarian, I have to be this, I have to be that. They're not listening to what they really are supposed to be listening to allow their body to tell what it needs. The body will tell you what it needs. I finally learned this after all these years and have been on this successful weight loss journey because I'm feeding my body exactly what it needs. I'm listening to my body finally for the first time in, many years. Anyways, so this is what it's saying. Denying the body of the needs out of misplaced sense of spiritual consciousness is not going to further our spiritual cause on this planet. Your sacred companions for your spirit this lifetime, your body, your mind, and your soul, cannot fulfill their part of your divine destiny if you are not properly nurtured. This requires unlearning the social pressures to dominate the body and mind and practicing guidance and responsiveness that has at its heart disciplined balance with loving relationship. Step by step with moderation rather than fanaticism, and by experimenting with what suits you rather than what suits another, are ways to work with nourishment wisely. This may include changing our habits of food consumption to ethically organic, local, or sustainable produce as much as we can. And it's telling you that because it doesn't want you to be loaded up with chemicals. So that part is, really needed and necessary. It may be about willingness to redefine convenience to include that which contributes to health rather than that which only saves time. I used to be guilty of that. Let me go through a drive-through rather than make my own food. It may also include noticing what we consume in the form of entertainment and information. Oh my God, you guys, I cannot stress this enough. You got to tap into yourself and feel what's truth because there is so much misinformation. They feed you tidbits of truth with their misinformation to hook you in so that you think it's truth when it is not. Please, 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 you guys. Too many of you, I know, because I hear you saying, spewing back stuff that is untruth. It's not truth. It's only pieces of truth that somebody's fed you to hook you into believing and following the Pied Piper over the cliff. Okay, that's as much as I'm going to go on there. Okay, so true spirituality is joyful and playful. It's not ugly. It's not mean. It's not sourpuss. It's not someone angry all the time. No. True spirituality is joyful and playful. It's not dour. And it's certainly not about no longer having any fun. What you will find as your spirit grows more present in your body and mind is that your sense of what used to be fun may not be so anymore. So true. You may need something that brings more joy into your heart and your world. Finding what works for you can only happen as you begin to listen to your body, to your mind and to your soul, and not your mind chatter full of doubts. Listening as if your spirit were a caring and wise parent. Studies have shown that cows will naturally gravitate to the healthiest and most nutritionally rich grasses. Nature knows how to nourish and heal itself. Yep. And so do our bodies. That's just what they just now said. Being in the healthcare profession and physical therapy for many years. Also working in the, mental health facilities with different populations. I know this to be true. And our minds. Our bodies can guide us towards what they need for healing, as can our soul. As we recondition ourselves to listen rather than demand, we tap into the healing guidance of the divine feminine dwelling within us. What you derive pleasure from consuming at a physical, emotional, and psychological level will shift as relationship to yourself changes. Rather than it being an act of will to be healthy as you move towards what brings you authentic fulfillment, it will begin to feel like an act of pleasure. Then you will be turning nourishment into a sacred act of honoring the gift of your body, of your mind, and of your soul. Wow. Okay, so let's get into the healing process. Just take a deep moment to breathe deep and relax and to center. And say out loud with me, from my spirit, I say this truth. I am grateful for the gift of this mind, body, and soul, which allow my spirit to experience the gift of a human life. May I be assisted in all ways to discover the best and most beautiful ways to nurture all aspects of myself. May that inner nurturing flow into all aspects of my life, helping to nurture all of life around me through divine wisdom and grace. May all beings be fed with what is truly needed through
divine grace and courage, wise use of our free will as human beings. So be it. Good. And now place your hands in prayer at your heart. For you have finished the healing process brought to you by this card and by your guides. All right, dear beautiful divine being. Whoa ho ho. Wow, 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 wow. So we're at our next card. And these, this is long because it's so powerful, and the universe wants you to hear it, and there's no mistakes. What comes to you at this time is what you need to hear, and it's just reiterating in a lot of ways what it is. And I had to take this off of my stand that holds it steady while I read, because my batteries were going. I'm too winded. No, the universe. It's the universe. I can't. It's not me. All right. 18. Kuntro Yahka. Blessings from the son of Hana Paka. Condor swiftly brings the will of Great Spirit to earth through the gift of powerful medicine, despite great odds, even in the face of what may appear to be inevitable defeat. Extraordinary triumph is at hand. This is the prophecy of the resurrection, of the rising up of what was thought to be lost. It shall happen with unexpected and surprising swiftness. Your divine destiny is now held in the guiding hands of the great spiritual master. Wow, that's a beautiful, beautiful card. It's blessings from the son of Hanapran. Condors are born with their eyes open, but do not have vocal cords to speak. You have always seen clearly. Trust in this, even if you struggle to find words to express all that you see. Condor reveals emotions through changes in their skin colors. This is a reminder to trust what your body is telling you. Your bodily intuition is a form of wisdom. You have a spiritual connection to the cosmic Christ consciousness. Okay, so you have a spiritual connection to the cosmic Christ consciousness, the universal sacred heart seeking to awaken itself in humanity. Your divine life purpose involves assuming the role of leader, guide, healer, and earth warrior for love on this planet in your own unique way. An inviolable spiritual protection surrounds you. Contour or condor is the ancient bird of the Andes, once flying alongside saber-toothed tigers. This, the largest flying bird in the world, is also one of the oldest species on Earth, soaring to great heights and for hours at a time with a little or no movement of the wings. Condors hold the medicine of strength, spiritual connection, and grace. With a lifespan similar to that of a human being and the ability to soar at exceptional speeds, it also carries the gift of longevity and swiftness. The condor has been the brink of extinction many times, yet it still survives, even in the wild, at the top of the food chain. The condor is rarely a hunter taking life, feeding off of carcasses instead, carrion. Instead, its medicine brings cleansing and protection, as it is able to produce toxins that would be harmful to other creatures. So it uses that ability to protect itself.
The predator, the condor, and also the guardian that has enabled it to crawl back from near extinction into wildness again is humanity. Through collective wisdom, the cooperation between various disciplines and industries, human beings have been able to restore with wisdom what was nearly destroyed in ignorance. Condor is an affirmation of the power we have to undo damage and create extraordinary healing, like from toxins. But we have to listen, we have to actively respond, and we have to work together in conscious collaboration. Condor is the medicine of the shaman or Yaka, and the Andean healer, or one who knows. In the Andean shamanic worldview, Condor rules the superior spiritual world, the first plane of pure spiritual beings, known as Hanapaka. The son of Hanapaka is the shamanic Christ. In human form, this being is known as Yeshua or Jesus. And forgive me if I pronounce that wrong. In the language of spirit medicine, it is Condor. The Oracle of Conduit brings a message straight from the universal Christ consciousness, beating as the living sacred heart of Great Spirit. It is an offer of absolute protection that is strong enough to sustain your purity, integrity, and effectiveness as you navigate the challenges inherent in the earthly world of Puma, known as Kai Pacha, and much needed protection over the unconscious world of Snake, known as Uka Paka. This protection ensures that your passionate purpose is not distorted or derailed by unconscious forces. As you accept this blessing, you shall know only protection, empowerment, and grace as you manifest the spirit medicine of Condor, helping to bring hope, consciousness, and let me read that a bit. Helping to bring hope, conscious, and creative collaboration, therefore consciousness, dynamic sacred activism, not activism, but dynamic sacred activism, and miraculous restoration of the earth through her evolving human family. And the healing process says to sit comfortably with one hand over your heart and say it aloud. So let's take a deep breath and ground and center. And repeat after me. Through unconditional love and in service to the universal sacred heart, I invoke the prophecy of the eagle and the condor, that the opposites shall fly together in harmony once more, and divine presence shall fill the earth and bless all of her children. The destiny of the world is to be love's paradise. Good. Now it's asking of you to visualize and feel, intend, or imagine that there is a beautiful being of light shining, beautiful being of light shining in your heart. This is Yeshua, or Jesus, the brother of love and divine essence, fully manifested in the human being. He knows and loves you. So did you hear that? Jesus is the brother of divine love and essence, fully manifested as a human being. He knows and loves you. He has complete spiritual mastery across the three worlds of condor, puma, and snake. At his right side, the eagle soars, and at his left side, the condor soars. They are in harmony, dancing in the skies. Beneath Yeshua, Jesus, let's just say, right foot is the puma, and beneath his left foot is the snake. In perfect peace, order, and harmony, there is a profound sense of love and presence, cosmic order, stilling into all realms of existence and in all aspects of your own being. The spiritual master brings with him the invisible presence of Great Spirit to restore and realign all of existence from the inside out. The truth and healing of this inner realignment brings a feeling of profound inner relief. And that's what they have been saying about the coming of Christ. You know, the second coming of Christ is just that. I'm going to read it again. The profound sense of love and perfect cosmic order settling into all realms of existence and into the aspect of your own being. The spiritual master brings with him the invisible presence of Great Spirit to restore and align all of existence from the inside out. The truth and healing of this inner realignment brings a feeling of profound inner relief, you all. This is what we're going through right now. When you are ready, place a hand on your heart and say the following aloud. And I'm going to just use the word Jesus, or if you know him as Yusha. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm sorry. Anyways, Jesus, Condor, Christ, loving friend of my soul, you cover me with your feathers. Under your wings I find refuge. Your divine protection cast off fear and doubt, and through the invisible inner workings of Great Spirit, all is brought into correct order now. May all beings thrive within the grace of Great Spirit. May all divine destinies be fulfilled. Through my own free will, so be it. Good, and just relax because you have completed this process of healing. And one more, and this, oh my goodness, here we are. Puma, power awakening. So, wow. All right, so here we have Puma. I gotta get my book open here. Okay. It's not the way it's presented. It's all about the message. So, you know, it is what it is till it isn't. So, Totemic Puma. I am Puma. I awaken with you the vigorous energy, fierce power, and ability to act without hesitation when the moment is right. My patience and strategy, my preparation and precision, my fearlessness and decisiveness are now your own. Allow my sacred medicine to fill your soul and bring courage to your heart. You have come into your power. Wow, y'all. Great. Awesome, 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 awesome. Just look into the eyes of Puma as you see yourself there. And then again, There's the transformation, the butterfly, the red, the orange, the yellow, the browns, all very much the lower chakras, the root. We've built a strong foundation. You're planted firmly now in Gaia. Take a deep breath and feel that connection with Mother Earth, with the divine. That's what this whole reading has been. And now you're connected and you are Puma. Feel that energy. You've got this. Don't be fearful or hesitation. Don't let fear or hesitation hold you back. Apply yourself fully to the task. Let go of old ways of viewing yourself as incapable, shattered, or wasteful energy. You have the ability to focus intently, to generate clear intention, and to achieve your ambitions through methodical steps and an applied will. You have the internal resources you need for successful completion, even if no one else recognizes your potential and believes in your future success. In due course, they will understand differently. Drop your ego. That's all it is. If you need other people's validation, you're in ego. It's just telling you, even if no one recognizes it, your potential and believes in your future success, in due course they will. They will understand. By then, you will already be moving on to your next task. Trust your sense of timing. Have patience. When you know it is the time to leap, do it without hesitation. Puma moves through your soul as guidance and guide. When Puma appears, it is a significant sign that you have come into your own power. Puma moves with stealth and silence, observing, being patient as she, and Puma is the she energy. As she narrows her focus, she cultivates energy that the correct amount of inner power for the outer action is there when needed. When she strikes, it is with precision and effectiveness. She doesn't waste energy. She chooses her opportunities. Hesitation is not in her nature. There is no time or energy for doubt and uncertainty when one is fully engaged in conscious participation in the moment. Wow. And that's how you know it's your truth acting, your intuition acting versus your mind, because here it says, there is no time or energy for doubt and unnecessity when one is fully engaged in conscious participation in the moment. You won't have hesitation, you won't have doubt, just act. You may wonder if this sounds much like you. You may consider yourself to be, at least sometimes, more of a doubter than one prone to fearlessness and certainty. Yet the soul medicine of Puma builds within us silently. We may not even realize that her power is there until all of a sudden, when it is needed, we act with unerring focus, and unwavering commitment. We literally don't know we had it in us until the time came and an attitude of swift, unfailing responsiveness somehow rose up from within. Puma moves with stealth until the right moment to act is upon her. Then she leaves her cover behind and with unwavering focus she strikes. You are guided by her to keep your motives, plans, and preparations out of public view. Attend to your work. Be ready to be it rather than to talk about it. Part of this medicine is strategy, planning, visualizing, and the end result. This requires simplicity and clarity. Even if the destiny you are seeking to manifest is big and bold, There will still be simple steps to take along the way. Puma is the huntress with singular focus. She goes after what is required in the moment, one step at a time, and thereby attains her goals. That's important, one step at a time. If you're a multitasker like me, sometimes you're juggling too many. So get back to the basics. It says, she strikes successfully because she works precisely. Take time to formulate your goals and go after them one by one with a sense of patience and calculating time. Take charge of situations by your willingness to be patient, to bide your time, to cultivate energy and courage, and trust your intuition to leap when you know the right moment is upon you. Puma might bring us the power we need to step up into the role, seize control of a failing project, cut off a toxic situation in our lives, or cease unhelpful negative self-talk in our own mind. She indicates that a challenging relationship with power is available to you now. If you have been repelled by negative uses of power by others, hello, or even yourself, recognize this and let it go. Let it go. Forgive. Give yourself the chance to open to using your power in a safe and wise way. Know that you are smart enough to learn from what didn't honor your soul in the past, and to recognize the truth now. When you ask for Great Spirit to guide you from within your heart, your movements in the world shall benefit more than only yourself. This right use of power, surrendered and in service to the great power of the divine, will help you overcome your reluctance and lay claim to your will. You need your will to transform inspiration into action. The world truly needs this from you. Whatever it is you dream of attaining or desire to do in this world, Puma arrives with this message. You have the power. Ooh, you guys, let's take this in. Oh my gosh. Be Puma. Feel Puma. Wow. This is what you have transformed into. This is what all your struggles and strifes have been about. Okay, are you ready for the healing process now? Just be comfortable, relaxed, and let's take a deep breath. Ground and breathe in, and let's say out loud after me, Puma, spirit of the sun, fire of the earth, you are fierceness and intelligent use of power, embodied and sacred feminine form. Your presence awakens the power within my soul, and I leave doubt and fear behind. I am patient. I am determined. I shall not be swayed from my purpose and truth. Procrastination and hesitation are no longer part of my way. I embrace your gifts for the greatest good. With your certainty, I find my own conviction renewed. It is not a question of if, but a question of when. My spiritual attainment is inevitable. So be it. And just feel that energy coming into you, and just envision, visualize, feel, if you will, golden fur, shimmering copper in the sunlight, heat pulsing beneath the skin as waves of contained energy are ready to be channeled in clean action at the right moment. Lean and powerful muscles, watchful, steady gaze, no thoughts or distraction, just power and focus. The power rises within you now, and the moment to leap is here. Action, aliveness, this medicine, wisdom of bold aliveness without hesitation is within my own soul, and I claim it now. Allow yourself to claim this energy as it vibrates through you. And now just close your eyes and relax. Or you can get up and move in your body, whatever way feels best, for as long as you feel good for, because you have pulled in the energy of Puma into your being, feeling that energy of radiating through you. Feel the power of awakening now. All right, beautiful friends. Wow. This is, like I said, Earth Warrior Oracles, and you now know why it's my favorite. I love this deck. And so now the remainders, I know it's been a lot, but the remainders of these are just as vitally important. The message. My manifestations are indicators of my belief. Oops. And it says, it's always true that whatever you are living always matches your chronic vibrational patterns or beliefs. And it does not matter if you have an excellent excuse for your negative thoughts and negative emotions. They still equal your point of attraction. What is manifesting in every subject in your life is an indicator of the beliefs you hold and your chronic patterns of thought. So this is just telling you what you really need to know. You know, it's like it's the sharing just this information of truth of what is where, you know, what's what. And it says babies are thinking and attracting before they are speaking. And you see this child of God, the spark of life, you know, they're in the ethers, you know, they're in truth, they're in spirit when before birth. And it says, even though you are only months old in your physical body, so it's kind of referring to us as babies, you are a very old and wise creator focused in that baby's body, and you came with powerful intentions. People often assume that because a child is not yet offering words, the child could not be the creator of its own experience. But it is our promise to you that no one else is creating your experience. So it's telling you you're the only one creating your experience. You came from birth before you were born. Children emanate vibrations, which are the reasons for what they attract, even from time of birth. So we come in our physical bodies into this earth incarnated as a child, and we know exactly what it is we're supposed to be doing. And here it is again. My every thought is attracting its vibrational essence. I love this card. These are nice cards too. They're from the Getting Into the Vortex by Esther and Jerry Hicks. And it says, whether you are thinking about wanted things or unwanted things, listen to this, you are still sending out a request to attract more things like the subjects of your thought. Hello, people. Get this, get this, get this. Pay attention to this, this. Okay? And all things that happen to you, all people, things, experience that come to you, come in response to your vibrational intentions. What are those? Your thoughts. Notice how things are turning out for you is one very way of understanding which vibrational request you are emanating, because you are always getting the essence of what you are thinking about, whether you want it or not. So, this is so true. And especially when you say, okay, I'm going to put trust in the universe, and you go, okay, this is what I'm doing. This is what I want. You put it out there, and then you begin to worry about it. What's being attracted? First you have clear intention of want and drive and yes, and you start moving towards that. And then all of a sudden you just start thinking about, negative stuff about it, and worrying. And that brings, slows down the process of success. So pay attention. Your thoughts, they're powerful. And it says, my intention to unwanted can't defy the laws of attraction. So it's reiterating just what this other card said. My attention to unwanted can't defy the law of attraction. It says, if your life has caused you to ask for an improved situation, no matter what it is, and you are no longer offering chronic thought vibrations that are opposite of your desires must come to you. But you cannot continue to keep alive within you vibrational patterns of what you do not want and receive what you do want. That defies the laws of attraction. So simply put, if you're going to keep thinking about that you don't want, guess what? You're going to bring that into being versus what you want. So just keep what you want in the foremost in your thoughts. And when you find yourself thinking about that, oh, I don't want this, stop, erase, okay, catch your breath and go, I want this. I want this. This is what I want. This is what I want. Don't put the do nots in it, because what you don't want, if you're putting attention to it and thought into it and worry and energy into it, guess what? That's what it means. That defies the law of attraction. If you're trying to attract all this, wealth and abundance, and you're thinking, well, I can't, this and that, blah, 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 that's going to manifest. Stop it. Believe and trust. Put it into positive thoughts and keep your eye on the prize, which is you. And then this one was under the pile, and it was with the very first cards that spoke to us, the magical mermaids and dolphins. And it says, dream big. Let go of small thoughts about yourself. See yourself succeeding. This needs no elaboration. So, all right, beautiful divine beings. Woo, that was very long. And, but you know what? It was what it is. And I have to allow. I can't say, oh, I'm not going to do that because it's long. These were a lot of cards. Wow. It's what spirits told me to do. I trust and I allow. And that's what allows me to bring this to you. And this is why the messages are so clear and so appropriate and resonates, and trust in their they're messages. They're from the divine. And anyways, my beloveds, I love you all. Thank you so much for tuning in and staying with me. Even if you didn't stay till the end, I hope you paused and come back to it. And, I'm available, I just keep putting it out there, and those who will want and need and find me, I am a resource. I am here to help you and put out my wisdom and my knowledge to the world. And my contact information is below, as always, and you can always visit my website. All right. Namaste. So much love. Aloha. Hallelujah. Alhamdulillah. La 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 la. God bless. Aho. Mahalo. This has been Reãudan sharing with you messages from the divine.